Hi, this is Test Prep Central. We're working on Calculator Workshop 1, Solving Equations, Example 1. Solve using a graph and a table. Go to y equals and type in the left side of the equation in y1. 2x, open parentheses, x minus 3, close parentheses. Arrow down to y2 and type in the right side of the equation. Negative, the one below 3, x plus 7. To graph, press graph. If your window looks different from the one on my screen, type zoom 6 to restore a standard viewing window. Locate points of intersection by typing second, trace, 5, enter, enter, enter. The cursor will go to the closest point of intersection. To find the other point of intersection, type second, trace, 5. Move the cursor to the other side of the graph using left or right, depending on which side you're on. Type enter, enter, enter. The solutions are the x-coordinates of the points of intersection, so that would be -1 and 3.5. To find integer solutions using the table, you will type second, graph, and you will locate points in the table where the y-coordinates are equal. And you'll notice if you scroll up using your arrows at -1, but both y-coordinates are 8. So -1 would be a solution. You can't see an irrational solution in the table, or even a fraction or decimal, a rational solution. So you're going to have to go there directly. We already know it's 3.5, so what I'm going to do is go there directly by typing second window. At table start, I'm going to go directly to 3.5, and then when I go to the table second graph, there's my solution. The x and the y coordinates just happen to be the same, but it is the x coordinate that is the solution, 3.5. For example 2, go back to y equals and clear your equations. Type in the left side of the equation in y1. Type negative, the one below the 3, 2, x plus. To get absolute value symbols, you will type math, arrow to the right to num, and type 1. Inside your absolute value symbols, you will type x minus 1. Arrow down to y2, type in the right side of your equation. So x plus 15. Type graph. You will notice that the point of intersection is not visible on the screen, so it's important to see the point of intersection before attempting to find it, or you will receive an error message in your calculator. Type window, and we can adjust the window to go higher by changing our y max. So arrow down to y max, choose a number that is higher, and on your handout you'll see that I put 20. So 20 is a good y max. Type graph, and you can now see the point of intersection. Type second, trace, 5, and enter 3 times. And you will notice the point of intersection. And then the solution is actually the x coordinate. So x is equal to -3.5. For example 3, it says solve using a graph. So go back to y equals. Clear the equation that's on y1, and let's put the left side of the equation in example 3. So -2x x, then the x squared button to square it, plus 2x. Okay, the right side of the equation, you type it in y2. So go to y2, type clear, and then type in the right side of, well, I just messed up, so let's go back and fix that. Now I'm going to delete that x. I didn't mean to put that. All right, so now we're going to go to y2, type in 2 raised to the x power, and then go to the right one before you do minus. So your minus sign will not be part of your exponent, and then your 2. All right, so hit graph, and you'll see the 2 graphs. Now this is really too low. I don't need all these tick marks. So I'm going to type zoom 4 to get a square viewing window, which is much smaller and much easier to read. And then I'll type second, trace, 5, enter, enter, enter. Notice it went to the point on the right first, so I'll type second, trace, 5. I'll use left arrows to go over here to the left side. And then enter, enter, enter. The example 4, go to y equals. You'll notice there's not a lot of difference in this left side, so I'm just going to add the x to the end of the equation. Or actually, I'm multiplying, but let's type an x here. And on the right side of the second part, it's totally different. So let's go to the second part, clear, and type in negative 2x, open parentheses, x minus 3, close parentheses, graph. All right, now I don't need the graph this time. I only need the table, but it's kind of nice to look at it anyway because I can kind of see that it's crossing at 0, and there shouldn't be any other points of intersection in this particular graph. So let's type the second graph, which is the table. And notice I'm still on the decimals, so I'm going to go to second window and put a 0 for my table start. And 0 just happens to be my solution. You can scroll up the table, down the table, but the only solution here is 0 because the y coordinates are equal at 0.